Good morning. Neighbors rooster saying hi. So this bed hasn't been growing well all season. Um, and I failed on potatoes this year. My towers didn't do, the ants got all of my potatoes. So we are going to try for some fall potatoes. These are just from the grocery store. They haven't really started to chit, which means they start to grow little roots on them. But we should be able to get a second fall harvest of potatoes here in North Texas. However, with this weird into summer, we're going to see if that's possible. So I'm going to clear out everything except for my 2 herbs. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to plant my potatoes. So just making rows. I did cut them. They've been, make sure that they're dried out. After you cut them, mine have been sitting on the table for about a week. Because life happens. So just spacing out our potatoes. And then cover them back up. Make sure they stay covered. So we're all planted. I may add some frost cloth onto here if needed. We're looking at possibly the 50s next week, which is a little crazy for the first week of September in North Texas. And they're saying that summer may be over, meteorologically anyways. I'll see it when I believe it. This has been one of the coolest summers in a very long time. So we're going to see how the weather plays out. But I have frost cloth. If we do have a frost that comes through, I will put it on there and then I'll just leave it on there. We got the first rain in about 2 months. Neighbors driving by. Chickens are already out in the back. My cucumbers are still producing, but they're starting to go. But I've got another round on the back. It's going to be nice not to have to water for a bit. We have a possibility of more rain today, this evening, and going forward. So that's good. I have a few potatoes left, and I have this spot that's bare by the tomatoes. So we're going to put, got our little watermelon growing here, but we're going to put the potatoes right here, give them a little shade. They are going to get the morning sun. That's where it rises. So this is a little bit warmer, and these tomatoes are about to go, so that shade won't be a problem pretty soon. Since we're out here and we have an empty basket, let's go ahead and harvest. The bumblebees are already out pollinating this morning. This little guy is asleep. Like 4 bees have stopped by and they're like, oh, there's somebody in there. We're just ganging up. Oop, bee number 3, same flower. Did you know that we have multiple species of bumblebees? They're native. These guys are my biggest pollinators in my garden. Got 2 in this flower. Now all these seem to be the same species. You can tell the difference by their stripes and their spots. But bumblebees are so cool. They overwinter in leaves. Leave the leaves. While we're right here, I've got melons growing. I'm pretty sure that's a muskmelon. Got more over here. What I'm over here for is this patty pan squash. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this guy. I actually like them kind of early, which is okay. I'll eat them straight as a snack. They're pretty delicious. So I've got 2 of those guys. So my squash is doing pretty good. My second round of squash. And I'm probably going to have my first zucchini of the season. Give me a second. Diving in. And there's one in here. There we go. I broke him, but we're going to go with that one. I think that there's another one over here. He may not be ready. Yeah, see, there's a couple more females down there. Not yet. One on the bottom. So this is the giant cucumber patch. It's been pumping out cucumbers for a while now. It's been overlapping it. They've been growing really good. There's more in here. I just saw one. They get huge. So I'm going to let it go a little bit longer, but we are reaching the end of our life, but we're stretching all the way over there. But I've got another round of cucumbers on the far side that's starting to produce. That's more of a pickling cucumber, but I've been making pickles out of these French cucumbers. If you soak them in water overnight, ooh, there's one to harvest. Let's see if I can get to it without a leak. Go ahead and get this little guy. It's small, but I need to make another round of pickles. I need a few. There's another one on the other side. Hold on. See, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll be making pickles again this week, but I'll go ahead and get this one here. It's still kind of small, but I want to start picking them a little bit smaller for the pickles, sliced pickles. This black cherry has been pumping out for me. I've got a whole bowl in the kitchen full of them, and I'm still getting them. They've produced throughout the summer. I will definitely be planting this variety again next year, but they're just all over the plant. That one didn't make it. Toss it over. Now I have had, this thing is so huge, it's fallen all over the place, but there are hornworms on here. You can see the damage. I've taken a couple off, given them to the chickens. But I'm not chasing after them at this point with this plant because it is so huge. I can trim it back and then get some more out of it this fall, which I think I'm going to do. But yeah, you can see the damage. But it's gotten really unruly. We're flopping over here again. I've got like 3 stakes holding it up. Try and see if I see him, the tomato hornworm, but I don't. But I've taken 2 off the plant already. So I'm just going to let them go, and I will get them as I see them. But it's still pumping out plenty of tomatoes for me. Go ahead and get these last few off of here. But we're going to do some trimming on this guy whenever I get into the garden for trimming. Now we're pollinating the beans. Bumblebees are just so cool. So this is new damage to me. I've never seen it before. This is my first time growing long beans, but something has like dug straight in to get the beans. Weird. Wonder what it was. Beans. And we have some baby watermelons. It's growing underneath the tomatoes, so I just need to make sure it doesn't grow up. So hiding over there under the long beans is spaghetti squash, and this whole plant is spaghetti squash. It's taken over this side. I've got a few more on there. I just moved these guys out from the long beds, away from the horseradish. Picked a couple of my pear tomatoes. Now over here, I've kind of given up. I didn't prep the soil at all, but long beans might do something. They're just not doing a lot. They actually have some beans. Probably some of the first ones I've gotten off it in a while. A couple of them died. We do have this cucumber that has made it. He's got a little one on there. So pay attention. Still got the hose over here. I need to come through and put something in here. But these squashes haven't done much at all. I think I got one patty pan off of it. There are some cucumbers. Now, the American Beautyberry is looking awesome. Got a lot. Those are American Beautyberries down there. I'm actually going to donate about 10. Actually, they can have more if they want. To a Eagle Scout project. Because they're literally all over the place. Now, that's the neighbor's side. But back there, I've got a crazy amount in the back. And on this side too, so I'm going to donate some of those. But I'm going to make so much jam this year. I'm going to succeed this time. But these guys, all the leaves were drooping. Like they looked like they were on death's door. One day of rain, and they look spectacular. This is the thing about natives. They're used to our weather patterns. They survive them. They adapt. And so, grow natives if you can. So I came back here because that fell, part of that, while I was collecting in the garden. But I thought I'd come back and show you my little grove back here. Just gotta get back to the pathway. So this is the creek. I don't think I've shown you guys before. Should have water in it because of all the rain. It's not as full as I thought. We were so dry, it looks like it soaked it all up. I don't even have my puddle in my deep spot. But you see that giant crack. That's Texas soil for you. But back here, this is where my grove is. And this is where I'm going to let them come and harvest. So I've got a couple of big ones, but there's a lot of small ones in here. So I'm going to give them like varying sizes. But all of these guys have berries on them. So they're coming next weekend to get some of these. So they're going to thin this batch out for me. But there's more. So that fallen cedar is about perfectly on the end of the line for me. So my property line goes back to that fallen cedar, just about. Or, I don't know if you can see it, those cross trees over the creek. Those tell me the borders of my property. So I've got plenty here for them to take. Keep this place natural back here. Ooh, something's living in there. I've been finding a couple of dens. There's one closer to the house that's fresh. A little too close, but yeah, the house is up there. Eventually I want to like have a path through that side of the woods over here. I'm starting up there and coming back here. And I'm thinking about deepening this spot right here so that maybe I can have a little area that'll hold water. I don't know if that'll happen or not. We'll see. But yeah, here, look at that. The moss is happy from the rain with all the lichens. In here, I got about 2.5, little over 2.5 inches of rain, and we're expected to get more tonight. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm not going to have to water for a bit. Hibiscus is looking good. Sunflowers, I've been harvesting these. Be treats for the chickens over the winter. So, whoop. And I just come over and toss it into the bucket. And then they dry. If I leave them on there too long, the birds get them. We're going to end with a fun fact. Okay, so sunflowers are actual multi-flowers in like a fusion situation. And so friend was like, we were going to harvest some from the prairie. And she was like, but they're not ready yet. And so they actually mature from the inside out. And the flowers mature at different rates. So like this one, I wouldn't pull him yet, because I can't rub off those female organs. But this one right here, focus, if you rub on it, you can see the seeds down there. See how they're still green? That one's not ready. Let's check this one. Again, not ready yet. Let's try one of these. Ooh, I think this one's ready. So, focus. If I rub that off, see how they're darkening and they're black? That one I'd call ready. Whoop, that was fun. I'm not harvesting these to replant. I'm harvesting them for the chickens. I just want them dry enough that they're not going to rot. See how that one's black? Nope, that one's green underneath. So that one's not ready. This one's ready. So they're going to mature at different rates. And so the seeds on the outside will be the most mature versus the inside, because they pollinate from the outside in, which you can see on this one. Ignore my feet. So you can see how the males start first, and then the females, and so it'll pollinate from the inside out. So these guys in the middle haven't been pollinated where these guys have. Cool fact about sunflowers. They're pretty good. I like sunflowers. I love Van Gogh's painting and the statement that like they're always in a state of death. That's because they develop at different rates, and so they're all at a different stage of life. Like this one, that one, that one. Y'all guys have a good day.